Okay. It is of course me, and I'm back, and I'm here, perched on the edge of my bed, talking to you. My name is Nick Dutch, I'm a professional tarot reader. For those of you who are new to this channel and have recently subscribed, please also remember that this channel has been run as this weird minority channel for rather a long period of time. It's talking about, I don't know, 16, 17, 15, 18 years, I don't know. And as a result of that, there's literally thousands of videos on this channel for you to search. So if you click on my channel name, and then on the right hand side somewhere there's a search bar, you can type in nearly any occultic weird subject, and there'll be something there to refresh your mind and give you something else to think about. So I just wanted to bring that attention to you there. So anything you want to search for is essentially here. Now, the subject of today's video happens to be astral magic, which is of course a very weird term. I mean, it doesn't have a singular meaning. In the old days, we're talking about a couple of hundred years ago, the phrase astral magic was kept essentially for astrological issues. It was more to do with the planets, astrological horoscopes, but also the invocation of beings associated with the various different planets, and the planet would have to be above the horizon or something at the time. And actually Alice Crowley mentions briefly that some particular angels of particular planets won't appear if the planet isn't above the horizon. Why that would be the case, we'll have to leave up to speculation. That is, if it's true. Alright, we got to be aware of that. But also these days, more recently, with people like whoever it was who's written various different stuff, the phrase astral has now been used much more to do with things like the astral body. It's more to do with things like the unseen world. It's more to do with spiritual healing. It's more to do with mediumship. And utilizing the pranic force, or whatever it is that you want to call it, within your own particular cult or culture for some variety of ends. So what does this entail? It entails just using the energy. It entails practicing with astral projection. It involves practicing with path working exercises, and therefore it involves the stimulation of the circuitry within your mind, within your brain, which you can then use potentially to create an anomalous effect at some point. It's therefore key to your training. It's therefore key to the way in which you have to live, because a lot of us are dealing with energetic forces rather a lot of the time in our various different forms of practices. So therefore, astral magic also refers to things which happen inside the mind. It's therefore psychological as well as theological, and also to do with the process of developing strange experiences. Now, I find these various different names for different types of magic rather silly, because no matter what it is you're doing, there won't be any real purity. There'll be this thing which you'll say, well, I'm doing this because it's a geomantic ritual or something, and then hey presto, you do it in your geomantic way, but essentially it'll still be overlapping with astral magic, if you know what I mean. So for people who are going on and on and on about you can't mix methods, you're doing it all the time. Alright, so you're doing it all the time with any single one of your little rituals or circles or whatever it is that you're doing. Every single time there's an overlap, and it's worthwhile being cognizant of that overlap and doing things to try and make sure you can progress in whatever way you can. Alright, so practice, think things through, don't jump to too many conclusions, and don't go insane. Remember that it's actually wrong to turn around to people and say magic works. It's wrong to turn around to people and say the power of prayer works, because, as I've already said, there's desperate people in the world, and you don't want to lie to them, really, and promise them something which won't be delivered. Alright, such as health or miracles with your relationship and this, that, and the other. I mean, people can do the work, but there's always other factors involved, you know what I mean? The complexity of interpretations of the spiritual world and the energetic world and the world of the aura and the chakras and the body, it's all very, very complicated. And therefore it needs understanding, study, and experimentation and experience to be able to make a decision. Alright, so just be aware of that and think things through.